everybody. Thanks for stopping by for the Ag Report. Well, there's been a lot of concern from ranchers about how the USDA's new electronic ID ear tag rule will affect them and what it means. Ty Thompson, the cattle sale manager for the Billings Livestock Commission and Public Auction Yard, says the changes will actually be fairly small. When cattle 18 months and older are sold at the yards and go out of state not for slaughter, they get an ID tag post-sale. That's actually how it's been for quite some time. The only change is they'll have to use EID tags rather than metal tags. Ty says the only real change for ranchers is that when you bangs vaccinate, you'll have to use an EID bangs tag instead of the orange metal clip. And currently the government will pay for the EID tags. Well, today in Miles City, the Montana Stockgrowers Association will hold their 140th mid-year meeting. The event will include the meetings of the Public Lands Council and state grazing districts, feature an address from National Cattlemen's Beef Association President Mark Isley, meteorologist Brian Bledsoe will provide a weather forecast, and attendees will get to hear the results of the producer profitability listening sessions that were held across the state this spring. And for those sticking around Miles City, Thursday evening will be Fort Keogh's Livestock and Range Lab's Centennial celebration. It'll highlight the lab's significant contributions to livestock reproduction, nutrition, genetics, and rangeland management research. Thanks for joining us here this morning. We'll be back in an hour to talk about your markets.
I represent a lot of what ranchers' wives are, where they marry into the family. Coming into established ranch, the expectations of that is just absolutely overwhelming. You know, there's always stress with all families, but when you're not dealing with the stress outwardly, it will definitely impact everyone inwardly. You might feel alone, but you're not alone.
Thanks for joining us back here for the rest of today's Ag Report. Well, of course, the cattle market has seen tremendous volatility lately, but prices are still at historically high levels. Now, with drought, record high costs, and many other issues, producers have seen their share of challenges over recent years, but CattleFact CEO Randy Block says with where prices are today, expansion is coming for the industry.
I would say we're at an in-between stage. We're no longer liquidating heifers by placing them on feed, but we're not yet in an expansion phase. Cow slaughter has declined substantially. We're off about 300,000 head on cow slaughter for the year. We think that number will continue to decline. And I think January 1 of 2025 will be the low in the nation's beef cow herd.
We'll see what the futures do today after Friday's Cattle on Feed report called total inventory down 1% from last year and placements 6% lower. Well, cash-fed cattle trade $2 to $3 stronger last week. Live deals averaging near $190 and dressed at $303.5. At the Billings Livestock Commission, a light test of feeders saw 5 weights from $332 to $341, 6 weight steers $280 to $3, lots of cows with most of them selling from $130 to $143, bulls $148 to $160. Ewes sold higher in Newell with the young replacements from $180 to $190 a head, and the cull ewes $91 to $98. And frost damage followed by drought in Ukraine and Russia and flooding in Europe has spurred a substantial rally in the wheat market. In 5 weeks, spring wheat has added nearly $1 and winter wheat up $1.38. Well, that's going to do it for today's report. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good one.